What's up, anime family? Romance in anime always hits harder when the main character isn't just smooth, but also ridiculously overpowered. We're talking demon slayers, god beaters, and warriors who can save the world and steal hearts at the same time. Today we're diving into 10 romance action anime with overpowered MCs that you absolutely need to binge. Number 10. Twin Star Exorcists. In a world plagued by monstrous Kigare, Rokuro Enmadu, a reluctant exorcist, crosses paths with Benio Adashino, a gifted exorcist with incredible skill. They clash immediately, but fate has other plans. They're revealed to be the Twin Star Exorcists, destined to marry and give birth to the ultimate savior who will eliminate Kigare once and for all. Fighting side by side against powerful enemies, their bond begins to grow deeper, mixing destiny, conflict, and budding romance in a supernatural war zone. Rokuro and Benio's chemistry is that perfect mix of bickering and slowly warming up to each other. I swear, watching them argue about trivial stuff right after almost dying in battle is peak anime comedy. And let's not ignore the prophecy, marriage and a future child. Bro, these kids are just trying to survive Kigare attacks. Chill. But that twist adds so much tension to their partnership. You get killer action scenes, strong character growth, and a romance that feels earned. If you love couples who fight demons and each other, this one's a must. Chou Yuu Sekai, World War Blue. Chou Yuu Sekai reimagines console wars as an actual fantasy battlefield. The Segwa Kingdom is locked in war with the Nintendo Empire, and Gear, a young warrior with lightning-fast speed, emerges as Segwa's best chance at survival. Alongside his allies, Gear's power turns the tide in dangerous battles. But war isn't just about fighting. Romance and personal connections develop amidst the chaos, showing how even in brutal conflicts, emotional bonds can change everything. It's an underappreciated anime that merges video game vibes with fantasy storytelling. This anime feels like someone said, what if Sega and Nintendo duked it out as fantasy kingdoms, and then made it spicy with action and romance? Gear is a beast, his speed is insane, but what I loved most is how his relationships add emotional weight to the story. It's not just battles, you feel the stakes because of the bonds he forms. Plus, the gaming references. If you grew up on consoles, it's like an inside joke sprinkled with explosions. Criminally underrated and definitely worth a watch if you want something unique. Number 8. The demonic king who chases his wife. Suluo, a modern girl, suddenly wakes up in the body of a weakling in a cultivation world where only strength matters. Her misfortune seems endless until she meets Nangong Luyun, the infamous demonic king. He's absurdly overpowered, feared by everyone, and instantly smitten with Suluo. As she tries to find her place in this ruthless world, Nangong relentlessly pursues her, protecting and teasing her in equal measure. Their fiery romance unfolds alongside fierce battles, political schemes, and Suluo's growth into strength. Let me tell you, Nangong Luyun does not play games. He's the type of guy to beat up half a kingdom just because they insulted Suluo. And Suluo? She's stubborn enough to push back, which makes their dynamic so entertaining. Watching her grow stronger while this overpowered prince keeps hovering around is hilarious and sweet at the same time. Their romance has that fiery push-and-pull energy, while the cultivation fights and court drama give it serious stakes. If you want a protective powerhouse MC with romance dripping in tension, this donghua delivers. Number 7. Black Bullet. Set in a dystopian future, humanity is nearly wiped out by Gastria monsters. Rentaro Satomi, a young promoter enhanced with cybernetic implants, teams up with Enju, a fiery cursed child with supernatural powers. Together they protect the fragile safety zones where humans survive. Amidst deadly battles and political corruption, Rentaro's bond with Kisara, his childhood friend, blossoms into a fragile romance. But in a world filled with tragedy, betrayal, and loss, love becomes both a strength and a source of vulnerability. Black Bullet doesn't hold back. It's tragic, heavy, and sometimes downright cruel. Rentaro's strength as an overpowered MC comes with serious weight because every win feels temporary in such a dark world. But that's what makes the romantic subplot with Kisara so impactful. In the middle of death and despair, their connection feels like a tiny candle in a storm. Add in Enju's chaotic energy, and you've got a trio that balances heartbreak with heartwarming moments. This is one of those anime that makes you care deeply, then rips your heart, but the ride is worth it. Number 6. Zetman. Zetman tells the story of Jin, a mysterious young man born with incredible powers tied to a secret experiment. He becomes the key to fighting grotesque creatures known as players, humans twisted into monsters. Jin struggles between his humanity and his destiny as the powerful being called Zet. Along the way, he collides with Kuga, a wealthy youth who wants to be a hero through technology. Amidst all the darkness and chaos, Jin's emotional relationships become his only anchor to humanity. Zetman is not your typical romance action anime. It's dark, gritty, and unapologetically raw. Jin as an MC is overpowered, but his biggest battle is staying human in a world where he's treated as a weapon. The romance here is messy, complicated, and painfully real, which is why it hits harder. It's not about cheesy tropes, it's about finding humanity through love when everything else feels broken. If you're looking for something heavier, where romance isn't the side dish, but a lifeline in a storm of violence, Zetman will grab you and not let go. Number 5. Campione. Godu Kusanagi is an ordinary teenager until fate makes him a god-slayer. By defeating a rogue deity, he inherits divine powers, becoming a Campione tasked with battling dangerous gods who threaten humanity. With these powers come rivals, allies, and attention, especially from Erica Blandelli, a fiery and cunning knight who declares herself his partner. Their bond grows as Godu learns to control his overwhelming abilities, facing godly foes while balancing the chaos of myth, magic, and budding romance. Campione is wild. Dude goes to Italy, kills a god by accident, and suddenly he's OP on god mode. Godu isn't flashy, but his powers, insane. Erica, though, steals the show. She's bold, teasing, and completely unafraid to stake her claim on Godu. Their relationship is fiery in all the right ways, with banter, romance, and teamwork that feels natural. Watching them throw down against literal deities while flirting in between battles is pure entertainment. It's mythology, magic, and romance all mixed together, and it works way better than you'd expect. Number 4. Hidan no Aria the Scarlet Ammo. Kinji Toyama just wants a quiet life at Butte High, a school where students are trained as armed detectives. But his secret ability changes everything. When embarrassed or aroused, he enters hysteria mode, a state of heightened power and reflexes. After a terrorist attack, he crosses paths with Aria H. Kanzaki, a deadly but small-statured elite butai. Forced into partnership, their bickering teamwork slowly evolves into trust and romantic tension amidst gunfights, conspiracies, and explosive missions. Kinji's power has to be one of the funniest anime mechanics ever. Guy gets OP only when flustered. Imagine fighting terrorists and your strength depends on being embarrassed. Anime logic is undefeated. Aria is the ultimate tsundere, tiny, fierce, and always giving Kinji grief, but you can tell she cares. Their chemistry is chaotic but super fun to watch. The action is stylish, the romance is slow burn, and the mix of comedy with real danger makes it stand out. If you like your romance with bullets, sass, and ridiculous powers, this is a solid pick. Number 3. Chaika, the Coffin Princess. Toru Akira, a jobless saboteur, meets Chaika, a strange girl carrying a coffin. She reveals she's the daughter of a fallen emperor, seeking to collect his scattered remains. Joined by Toru's sister, they embark on a dangerous journey filled with battles against soldiers, wizards, and mercenaries. Toru's calm and deadly fighting style makes him invaluable, while his growing bond with Chaika turns their quest into more than duty. It becomes a story of trust, companionship, and a romance woven into mystery and action. Chaika might sound weird at first, girl walking around with a coffin, but man, it works. The mix of fantasy battles, quirky humor, and heartfelt moments keeps you hooked. Toru is such a solid, overpowered MC. He's collected, skilled, and always has Chaika's back. Their bond develops slowly but beautifully, making the romance feel real. This isn't a cheesy love story. It's about finding strength in each other while chasing an impossible goal. If you're tired of cookie-cutter fantasy shows, Chaika brings something refreshing to the table with its unique vibe. Number 2. Record of Grancrest War. In a war-torn land, Theo, a wandering knight, and Seluka, a genius mage, form an alliance to restore peace. Armed with crests, symbols of power that grant strength, they gather allies and rise against corrupt lords. As Theo grows into an unstoppable warrior, his partnership with Seluka evolves beyond politics and battle strategy into a deep romance. Together they fight wars, face betrayals, and dream of a peaceful future, proving love can flourish even in the heart of endless conflict. This anime is straight vibes for anyone who loves epic wars mixed with romance. Theo starts out small but quickly grows into a powerhouse, and Saluka? She's the brains and heart of the operation. Their relationship is one of my favorites. It's mature, supportive, and feels like a true partnership. While the large-scale battles and betrayals keep the plot heavy, their romance grounds everything, giving you something to root for. It's strategy, action, and love all rolled into one. If you're craving something with both scale and emotion, Grancrest delivers. Number 1. Sengoku Night Blood. Sengoku Night Blood drops a modern girl into an alternate Japan's Warring States era, except the warlords are vampires, werewolves, and other supernatural beings. These powerful warriors battle for dominance, but the girl becomes the key to uniting them. Between brutal fights, shifting alliances, and supernatural politics, she's drawn into romantic bonds with overpowered warlords who wield not just weapons, but otherworldly power. It's a fantasy filled with flashy battles, dramatic romance, and supernatural twists on historical figures. This anime is pure guilty pleasure. It's got handsome supernatural warlords, dramatic romance, and action dripping with flair. The MC is constantly caught in high-stakes situations, both politically and romantically, and watching her navigate between powerful love interests is entertaining. Yeah, it leans dramatic, but that's the fun of it. You're here for the flashy fights, the vampire princes, and the who will she choose tension. It's dramatic, over the top, but ridiculously fun if you enjoy romance mixed with supernatural power plays. Definitely one to binge if you love your anime bold and romantic. And that's the list, fam. 10 romance action anime where love meets ridiculous levels of power. Whether it's demons, gods, or vampire warlords, these MCs prove strength hits harder when romance is on the line. Drop your favorite in the comments, hit that like button, and let's keep this anime community thriving. Stay awesome, anime family.